Okay, so I'm in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, at the Heinz Museum. And Fred Rogers was someone I grew up watching. I've seen a few random channels that have this exhibit on their channels. And I wanted to keep this video to my channel, and I'm like, okay, I wonder how many of my viewers grew up with the show too. I don't remember having a brown sweater, but that is a sports jacket. Remember when Officer Clemens came in? That says Officer Clemens police jacket. Some of Fred's ties. His shorts, he went off his sweater. I'm going too fast to go as pause the video. Fred was originally at one point in time a pastor, which I didn't know until I saw this exhibit. This is the college he went to. Which I never knew. There was one episode I remember where he did wear this bathrobe. And I believe he used a sleeping bag in the episode. But what I don't remember was this jumpsuit that he wore when he was not working or filming. So that explains why I don't remember it. Now, only those that watch my episodes can probably figure out what all this is with me out going to the answers. How much of these props do you remember from episodes? Mr. McFeely's bike. That was Henrietta Pussycat's dress, that's on the top left. Prince Tuesday wore that costume next to the dress. That's Lady Elaine coming out of the jacket box. Telephone, I remember from Opera Prolificate. That's Henrietta's Carol's desk. Rocking chairs from Cornflake especially. Here's more of the answers and more stuff about Fred. What's wrong to me with Picture, it doesn't say anything that was used to show films on how someone made something in a factory. That used to be my favorite part of the weekly episodes. I remember when it got to that part, I used to turn up the volume high on my TV remote. I got most of the props right before I looked at the answers here. And the last page about what all the props are. I never knew this, but Mr. McFeely could not ride an axle or two-wheel bike, and that's why he had a tricycle. And it says that right here, which I didn't know. So that's the props book. This almost feels like he's back alive again. Now I don't know if these are his actual shoes and that's a copy on his feet, or is it vice versa? These shoes kind of more out of shape. These ones look more newer. So I guess these are the original ones is my instance. Came at this door, his sweaters were behind this door. He went out that door. Here's a very important prop for the neighborhood of Make-Believe. That's King Friday watching the garden. Seth Rockett's hat and apron. Do you know who these characters are? That's Cornflake S. Pestley on your right, next to Daniel Tiger. I don't remember her name, the duck with apron, but I know she was Anna's mom, Mrs. Platypus, and the one on the far left, he was Dr. something, Mr. Platypus, I remember. There's a couple more things left. This is one of his 6 sweaters that he wore during the show. I remember that 6. He was more known for his red one. Back in the first couple of episodes, he wore a button. And he switched to zipper, 1 because he misplaced a button, 2 zippers were faster. They have to do 6 to 8 buttons on a sweater. Behind me is a tree. Here's where Henrietta and XL lived. And you might recognize the neighborhood of Make-Believe. How many of these Muppets do you remember from growing up watching Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood? The only ones I don't remember are the far left next to Charlie. If I start from the top row and go down, left, top left, that's the teacher, Hilary Elizabeth Carroll, old goat, Mr. Brackus, Dr. something, that's Ann in the middle, Mrs. Brackus, coming down next to Fred's arm, Cornflake S. Pesley, Ray Ewing, Fairchild, Daniel Tiger, Queen Sarah, also known as Queen Saturday, Prince Tuesday, King Friday the 13th, X the Owl, Henry our Pussycat. But I don't remember those two that's underneath Henry and by the trolley on your middle left of the screen. But the rest of the characters I remember very well from growing up. And if you go really old, hopefully I'll get copyright for this. That's how Fred looked at when it's the first episode. The background looks weird to me. And towards the end of that is how he looked on the final episode, or the second to last one, before he poured on the retirement cord. And then exactly 2 years later, or maybe it was 3 years later, after he called for retirement, he passed away from a stomach cancer. And I remember when I heard about that, I was crying a tantrum like a baby. I also cried when Carol Spiney passed away. Yep, this is how it looks on the final episode now. Okay, that's the Fred Rogers exhibit. The Fred Rogers Institute has more. We're going to check that out tomorrow. But this is what the Heinz Museum has. What really happened, it was all this was with the Mr. Rogers Institute. But since they didn't have enough space for all of the stuff, they gave what they didn't have space for to the Heinz Museum. And that's where I'm speaking from. One last look around Fred Rogers neighborhood, known as Mr. Rogers neighborhood. And the camera's turned off. Nice to see you somewhat in person, Fred, even though now you're in heaven. All right, that's it for this video.